Welcome to the 1440 Show.
Brought to you by TheUnikornn.
There is only one you.
And you have 1440 minutes
every day to design yourself and be a unicorn.
This is Mike
and Missy.
Different. So for me, pain and illness and injuries is always, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, it's a call to go deeper. So yes, it comes up and you can look at it, this is painful, this is bad. Or you can look at it and know ahead of time, actually, this is good. This is going to make me explore different exercises, or this is going to make me go into prayer or meditation or seek something different to be healed. And when we're in the darkness, when we're in the shit, it doesn't seem so hopeful. And sometimes it's hard to get to that step of gratitude and light and like, hey, there's a lesson here that I'm being grown in this moment. So what comes up for me is Dr. Joe Dispenza, because he had broken his back. I think he was running too. He was doing a race or something. He gets hit by a car. His back is smashed. And they told him he was never going to walk again. He's in the hospital. And he was like, I think he was already a brain doctor at that point. So he kind of knew how the brain works. And he was there in the bed. And he was like, well, I have a choice. I could do this crazy ass surgery where they're going to put all kinds of pins in my spine, or I can try to heal this with my mind. And so he practiced mentally repairing his back. He was like, I know my body has an intelligence in there. That is because we're all connected to this intelligence, whether you call it infinite intelligence, universal intelligence, God intelligence, Christ consciousness. Like there's a power and a presence in the universe, and we get to tap into it and work with it. So he knew that. And so he starts rebuilding his back and he practiced it. So he'd sit there and it would take him maybe 3 hours to go through and visualize in his mind while he's in his bed, immobile, and see all the little neurons firing, all the little cells coming back together, realigning and healing every little part of his spine. And then he just did this daily. And then he got better and better at it. And it got faster and faster how he could go in, see his spine, see it repairing, see it whole. And then I don't know the exact details of how many weeks or months it took him of just this practice that his back was healed. And this dude, is walking and he's teaching. And it's an amazing story. And I'll have to get you guys the details on all that. But Dr. Joe Dispenza, and now he teaches people how to get into that state of healing. And he uses meditation and sound. And he really explains it with science and the brain so that people can wrap their heads around and be like, oh, I see how it works. This can absolutely work for me. And so that's my perspective on how you can heal when you can't physically move your body. And of course, I believe in prayer and meditation, and of course, visualization. Visioning is another part of that, right? Visioning, the difference between visioning and visualization is that your vision comes from a higher source. It comes from either your higher self, your higher power, universal intelligence, but it's where you open yourself up to be like, okay, yes, I want to be a millionaire. And universe, show me how to do it. Show me what that vision is from that higher perspective that can see all, knows all, and is all, and all powerful. And then you let yourself be guided by that vision, which, ultimately is going to take you to your good. So does that make sense, my friends?
Oh, yes, definitely. And since you had used that doctor as an example for his story, I can even tell you, I've been injured. I had bad ankle problems, plantar fasciitis. I've been suffering that for years. And doctors I went to would tell me, hey, you need to get injections and the pain will go away. And I would tell myself, okay, I'll think about it. But just because it's a doctor telling me their take on it away, oh, you should go out there and get it done. And I'm saying to myself, no, maybe because I am overweight. So I able to acknowledge myself. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe the doctor wants, me to be on some medication and all that. No. I'm going to be my own doctor. There's nothing wrong for someone, a professional, to tell me, hey, this is what you need to do. Work on yourself. But we have options where you can go ahead and get this done. So I'm saying, oh, no. In my head, I'm like, I know what I need to do. I need to lose weight. I need to eat better. The better food choices. That's one thing I had to look at myself. No matter how much I was working out, I know I was eating like shit. Excuse my language. So that right there, and this always been the same. Health is not, sickness is only, how I say this? I apologize. I'm stumbling on my words. Okay. But we only value our sickness when our health is being like in danger. Like, oh, now I need to do this because now we're going to value what we got to do in our lives. A lot of us don't be aware. If you're going to be drinking or smoking, you're going to know what is going to happen if you continue to go down that path. You're going to suffer so much different side effects when it comes to smoking, comes to drinking, or even bad eating. But then it comes to you, your accountability. So I remember this, even during that time when I was going through a bad breakup, this also too, doctor told me that I was pre-diabetic. And I never forget that. I was like, oh man, I don't want to hear that word, that D word. And that's when I said, you know what, let me find out what I can do. I don't need the doctor to put any medication and, go to the pharmacy and get this. No, I'm going to be my own doctor again and find ways. And I researched. It took time for me to research. And one thing that I learned, I fell in love with, was intermittent fasting. I said, oh my God, where you been all my life? That's my new love. Like that new hot girl. Like, woo, you're sexy. Come here. Hi, I'm intermittent fasting. I'm sorry, I'm bad with jokes, but and then tell me.
You can't hear me, but I'm laughing over here. I'm dying. That's a good one.
Intermittent fasting came into my life, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. What intermittent fasting do? It really changed. That's like my new relationship. Just how it just comes in my life. It brings me so much energy. So,
can you say that again, Mike? I missed that.
I'm sorry.
Can you take that back?
Oh yeah, with intermittent fasting, it just I was being introduced. It's like that new hot chick. I'm like, damn, and she's looking at me like, what's going on? Like, okay, you're kind of cute, and knowing that, you probably don't like me. Look at me, I'm all out of shape and everything, and I can help you. That's how I'm looking at intermittent fasting, learning more about it. You hear about keto and other diets out there, low carb and nomad. I'm like, no, intermittent fasting. Let me see what intermittent fasting can do for me. And let me tell you, I'll never forget this. When my daughter was getting baptized, and around that time, that was be 2019, October 2019. I said to myself, okay, let me learn how to do this. And, okay, intermittent fasting. Okay, I'm Mike. How you doing? Let's see how this works. And yeah, it's rough in the beginning. I'll tell you that. Learning how to program your mind, not eat at a certain time. I'm like, oh my God. From 12 to 8, that was starting off. From 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. That was my mindset going in. Okay, try not to eat anything. But then I didn't learn what I supposed to eat. I was just like, I'm going to eat anything at this time. Nope. Now, when I'm eating at 12 to 8, I have to make sure I'm eating the right type of food. Not just because you fasting for 16 hours, you're supposed to eat whatever you want. No. Now you got to learn how to control your appetite. That was me. That's one thing that I learned, that what IF was actually teaching me, is learn how to program yourself. Now, I'm a coffee guy. So I could tell myself, you know what? I don't have to put sugar and milk to make my coffee all fancy. Plus, sugar and milk makes me tired, sleepy, so I drink it black. I learned the benefits of it. And not only drinking coffee, I can always drink mineral water, which I love, Perrier, my favorite, and also tea. So I have multiple options. Curb my appetite all the way to 12 p.m. That is the goal. As of right now, I am currently fasting. I'm on an 18-hour window. All my workouts that you see in my posts, I'm fasting during that time. I'm not eating anything. I'm drinking water or coffee, but I'm putting in my work. I'm not thinking about, I'm hungry, because me and intermittent fasting, we have that relationship going. I'm able to trust myself, able to trust this process. It took time. Now it became a lifestyle. It came that is a routine now, that even if I break my fast, I'm not going to lose my effing mind. I said, you know what? Now you go ahead and reset it. You're going back to an 18-hour fast. Oh man. Yep. There's times I do go out and have fun, spend time with friends and family. But once I drink, say at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, 16 hours, I'm putting that clock. Once I have my last drink or meal at that time, 16 hours, put that clock on. Yep, go back, and then able to reset again. So I'm able to still program it, because I only eat to, not for satisfaction. I do it for fuel to live. Even food that I'm not I don't like this. I'm eating peppers now. I'm like, oh my God, I'm eating peppers like it's nothing. I'm putting chicken and beef inside the pepper and bell pepper, and I'm eating it down. I'm being so creative with different foods out there when it comes to fasting, the type of meals, not just, let me go get a pizza. Nah, make my own pizza. That's one thing I love doing, is make my own food, showing the creative side of me, that I always been a cook, but now I'm using it for fuel, not just for that satisfaction. And don't get me wrong, I have cheat days. One of my favorite foods is sushi. I don't care when anybody tells me, you going to sushi bar? I'm like, I'm paying, let's go. I'm going to pig out. Sushi and pizza. I even thought about it too. I was saying to myself, what food would that I don't need to eat? And I was like, if I'm processing it down, I don't need chicken, I don't need beef. I need my sushi and I need my pizza. And then and I don't even know between the two. That's like a tug of war. Like, I don't know. But I'm just, making a little joke with myself, of course. But the relationship I had with intermittent fasting helped me to be who I am now. The energy that I'm able to provide, I'm bringing, that I post and moving forward because of that relationship that I thought I was down and out. Because of, again, we all say, I'm going to work out as fast as I can in the gym. No, everybody has their own way of I don't like to use the word diet. I just say diet. It's a lifestyle. Diet is temporary. People see me eating salad. Oh, you're eating a salad. You're trying to be healthy? I'm always trying to be healthy. What are you eating? You're ordering takeout food. So I'm not saying anything. You're ordering takeout food, but you must say something because I'm eating salad. Come on, what kind of backwards thinking we look at? I'm not going to look at you because you're eating a salad and I'm going to start questioning, oh, you're trying to be healthy. That's all you're supposed to do. So it's acceptable. I've seen you bring in bags of fast food of your favorite place on a daily basis, and then you say, oh man, I need to lose weight. Until you start to get to go to the hospital and the doctor tells you need to work on this and that, that's when you value your life, you value your health. I'm sorry, why not take advantage of it before? You should know relationship with food. You should know eating this type of food, processed food, is it good or bad? That's when you have to think, okay, if it's bad, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, but don't make it a pattern. Don't make it a habit. And if you do make it a habit, know what comes down the road when you start to feel these symptoms coming down. Man, what's going on with me? I thought I'd feel good. I'm sick. Well, I'm not going to allow someone to cook my meals, number one, especially younger people. No offense. If it comes to fast food, knowing that, this is how they make it. They're not professionals. I might as well make it my own self. But that's accountability at the end of the day. Hold yourself accountable. And that's when you have to have control. Knowing that if you're going to have that mindset going forward, if you're going to go out, knowing what you're putting inside your body. Because this is the only place you're going to live is yourself. The only investment you have is yourself. It starts from there and everything else moves forward.
Yo, we have so many topics. Are you guys getting this? Like the different shows we can have off of this? Because Mike, I'm listening to him, I'm like, oh my God, I had plantar fasciitis. It was never diagnosed, but you kind of research, and I was like, so how do I fix that? Because again, I'm not going to a doctor for that shit. I'm not going to get any injections. I'm kind of very similar in that way. And so what it led me to was the caveman paleo lifestyle, right? Like that thing was huge for a while. I didn't hop onto it right away because I thought, I'm like, oh, it's a little trend with all the actors, right, in the gym. Because I was working in Sherman Oaks. I'm like, yeah, those shoes that you wear are so funny. And I was a little more judgmental back then, so I wasn't into it. But then when my feet started hurting, again, it became chronic pain, and it was because of repetition. And so that was a signal to go deeper. And so I discovered the paleo lifestyle. I even started to eat like it a little bit, but it was the barefoot running that saved my life. It was hot yoga, getting back into the hot yoga in the style of Bikram and just moving my body in new ways. It was so freeing and so healing. And so I like that you brought that up. And I'm like, damn, we could have a whole episode on chronic pain. Intermittent fasting, that too was something that came about for me because there was a person in my life who inspired me to do Ramadan style fasting. He used to do it every January, take the whole month to do that. I'm like, well, I'm going to do it too. Like I'm kind of one of those people that, I'm a little bit driven by FOMO a little bit. And so I'm like, if you can do it, I can do it, And so I was like, I wanted to try it. And I did it in 2018 and it changed my life. So like you said, that was your honey. That was your girl. Like for me, that was my path back to God and really going to God first. And I had done this in 2014 was the first time I competed. And I really developed that idea of spiritual fitness because it was just one line from a friend who had been a competitor. And she was like, Missy, you're going to have to pray. She's like, you're going to have that shake for dinner and you're going to love that shake and you're going to be hungry. And she was like, you're going to pray. And I was like, okay. And then through my spiritual endeavors that year, going to Brazil, sitting in meditation, working with Gabrielle Bernstein in New York, and then experiences I had in France, it was just amazing. So anyway, that part was all leading me to that place where intermittent fasting got me to, or Ramadan style, where you don't eat from sun up to sundown, and learning those clever ways. Like even when you're talking about the drinks and stuff, same thing. And I went to prayer and I went to God and I said, where am I supposed to get energy for this? And it was like, God, of course, so that really helped my relationship with spirit in that way. And so, yes, I'm so down to start with the agenda now. I love that we've free flowed for a while here, and let's get to the questions.